Did you know that even a 1-second delay in page load speed can cause up to 11% fewer page views? Page speed is one of the biggest factors in maintaining user engagement and conversion. Page speed significantly impacts user experience and conversion rates, with even small delays leading to increased website bounce rates. Improving website performance involves 3 directions: optimizing hosting, reducing file sizes, and improving code quality. Fast-loading websites rank higher on Google, as page speed is a critical ranking factor, especially for mobile searches. How to measure page speed and diagnose performance issues. Measuring page speed helps you identify what is slowing down your website and provides direction for optimization. Page speed refers to how quickly your website content loads and becomes usable. It is all about how quickly a visitor can start interacting with your website. A page may appear to load quickly, but it can still feel slow if buttons, videos, or images take time to respond. That is why website performance is not defined by a single metric. It is about the overall user experience. There is a difference between page speed and website speed. Page speed measures how quickly an individual page loads, while website speed reflects the overall performance of your website. Since every page behaves differently, measuring website speed is a more complex process. Essentially, if most pages on your site perform well in terms of core web vitals, it is fast. Core Web Vitals are 3 key Google metrics that evaluate the user experience on a website, focusing on its speed, stability, and interactivity. These metrics include largest contentful paint (LCP), loading main content, interaction to next paint (INP), responsiveness to interaction, and cumulative layout shift (CLS), visual stability. Optimizing these metrics is important for a website's ranking in Google search results. Largest contentful paint (LCP) measures how long it takes for the main content of your page to load. Aim for an LCP under 2.5 seconds for a smooth loading experience. Interaction to next paint (INP) replaces the older input lag metric and measures how quickly your site responds to user interactions, such as taps, clicks, or keystrokes. An INP score under 200 milliseconds ensures your site is responsive and intuitive. Cumulative layout shift (CLS) tracks how consistent your content remains when loading. Shifting elements on the screen can be frustrating for users, so keep CLS below 0.1 for a consistent visual experience. If you notice issues with your Core Web Vitals report, here are some practical steps to take. LCP is slow. Compress images, serve modern formats like WebP, use lazy loading, or upgrade your hosting to reduce load times. INP score is high. Reduce long-running JavaScript execution, minimize unused scripts, and avoid blocking the main thread. CLS score is poor. Set a fixed width and height for images, videos, and add containers so the layout does not jump during load. If your TTFB is high, time to first byte is not a core web vital, but it still affects load speed. Improve server performance, use caching, and consider using a CDN. Faster loading times, consistent layouts, and quicker interactions directly contribute to a smoother experience that users appreciate and search engines reward. Tools to measure and analyze your website performance. Google PageSpeed Insights is a free tool from Google that provides both lab data, simulated results, and field data, real user experiences. It evaluates your page's core web vitals, highlights problem areas, and even offers suggestions in the Opportunities section to improve load times. Google Search Console Page Experience Report. The Page Experience section gives you an overview of how your URLs are performing for both mobile and desktop users. It groups together URLs that are failing core web vitals, helping you determine whether you need to improve your LCP, FID, or CLS scores. Lighthouse in Chrome DevTools. Lighthouse is a built-in monitoring tool in Chrome that measures page speed, accessibility, SEO, and best practices. It's perfect for developers who want deeper insights into what is affecting website performance. Web Page Test lets you test your website's performance across networks, locations, and devices. The waterfall view shows exactly when each element on your site is loading, perfect for identifying slow resources or performance-delaying scenarios. Chrome Developer Tools Network tab. If you're hands-on, Chrome DevTools is your real-time lab. Open your website, press F12, and watch each resource load. It's perfect for debugging and understanding what is going on behind the scenes. A quick checklist to diagnose performance issues. Use this checklist whenever you analyze your website performance. Run your URL through PageSpeed Insights data for core web vitals. Check your page experience report in Google Search Console. Use Lighthouse for a detailed technical audit. Check the web page test waterfall to identify bottlenecks. Monitor your server performance. Ask your hosting provider or use plugins like Query Monitor. The audit should be repeated after any major updates or plugin installations. While optimizing for speed is crucial for better engagement, search rankings, and conversions, it is equally important to focus on creating an experience that's easy and meaningful for your visitors. A high-performing website successfully balances speed, usability, accessibility, and user intent. When your pages load quickly, your content reads clearly, and your navigation is intuitive, you are creating more than just a fast website. You are creating a place where visitors want to stay, explore, and connect. What do we mean by site performance, and why is it important to you? Website performance is about how efficiently your website loads and responds when someone visits it. It is not just about how quickly a page appears. It is about how smoothly users can interact with your content across devices, browsers, and locations. Simply put, the overall quality of your website experience should be fast, snappy, and easy to use. When your page load speed is optimized, you are not only improving the user experience, but you are also laying the foundation for the long-term performance of your website. Here's why it's important for every website owner. Fast-loading websites have higher conversion rates and lower bounce rates. Attention spans are notoriously short. As the internet gets faster, they are getting even shorter. Many studies have found a clear link between the time it takes for a page to load and the percentage of visitors who become impatient while waiting. By offering a fast website, you encourage your visitors to stay longer. Not to mention, you are helping them complete the checkout journey faster. This helps improve your conversion rate and build trust and brand loyalty. Think about all the times you have cursored at the screen because you had to wait for a page to load, or circled around because the user experience was terrible. It happens so often. Don't be that website. A fast page improves user experience. Google understands that the time it takes for a page to load is crucial to the overall user experience. Waiting for content to appear, not being able to interact with a page, and even noticing delays create friction. This friction costs time, money, and your visitor's experience. Improving your site's speed across the board means you are making people happy. They will enjoy using your site, make more purchases, and come back more often. This means Google will see your site as a great search result because you provide high-quality content. Ultimately, you may see a nice boost in rankings. Frustration damages your users and impacts negatively on your rankings. Research from every corner of the web on all aspects of consumer behavior shows that speed has a significant impact on results. Nearly 70% of consumers say that page speed affects their willingness to purchase. 20% of users abandon their shopping cart if the transaction process is too slow. These costs and site abandonment occur because users dislike being disappointed. Bad experiences lead them to leave, visit other sites, and turn to competitors. Google easily tracks these behaviors via bounces, short visits, and other signals, and are a strong sign that the page should not be ranking where it is. Google needs fast websites. Speed isn't just good for users, it's good for Google, too. Slow websites are often inefficient. They may load too many large files, not optimizing their media, or not using modern technologies to display their page. This means Google has to consume more bandwidth, allocate more resources, and spend more money. Across the web, every millisecond they can save and every byte they do not have to process adds up quickly. And often, simple changes to configuration, processes, or code can make web pages much faster with no downside. That may be why Google is so vocal about its performance education. A faster web is better for users and significantly reduces Google's operating costs. Either way, it means they will continue to reward faster web pages. Improving page speed helps improve crawlability for search engines. Modern web pages are incredibly easy to use, and sorting out this mess can make a big difference. The larger your site, the more impact page speed optimizations will have. This not only affects user experience and conversion rates, but it also affects crawl budget and crawl rate. When a Google bot comes to crawl your website, it crawls the HTML file. Any resources referenced in the file, such as images, CSS, and JavaScript, will be fetched separately. The more files you have and the larger they are, the longer it will take Googlebot to read them. On the other hand, the more time Google spends crawling a page and its files, the less time and resources it has to spend on other pages. This means that Google may miss other important pages and content on your site. Content is the king. The rise of the corporate website in organic results is considered quite important. It is the most important step in increasing the traffic of more users because, through SEO techniques, the website occupies high-ranking positions. What is the best way to get a high ranking on the first search page of organic results? How is it possible to achieve good search engine friendliness so that the website can climb to a high position on the first page? Search engines rely on three factors: crawling, indexing, and ranking algorithms, in order to accept websites as friendly, with a direct result of their climbing in organic results. Crawling is the process by which the information of websites is collected, such as the title, descriptions, and keywords. Indexing is archiving important information that has been got from the software, crawler, or Googlebot. Important information for each website separately is stored in databases so that it can be used soon. Ranking algorithms are the criteria for ranking the results, which are defined by search engines. The application of algorithms during the search aims to display the most relevant results to Internet users. Users add the words and the websites appear in order of ranking, depending on the relevance they present to their searches. An important criterion that will help the website climb is the quality of the content. It should be well written, with correct syntax and spelling, while providing sufficient information to Internet users. In addition, it should be clear with the font and alignment, while standing out for its originality, aiming to excel from competitors in the industry. The creation of a website should be compatible with a correct architectural structure, follow the rules of headings in the order H1, H2, H3, so that it is characterized by being friendly to search engines. Content is king and should be characterized by high quality when building websites, providing a pleasant browsing experience for visitors. SEO is one of the most important factors for ranking in organic results. Optimizing your site and your content for speed will provide a good user experience for your visitors and help Googlebot crawl your site better. They can appear more often and achieve more. Page speed is a ranking factor. Google has repeatedly said that a fast website helps you rank better. So it is no surprise that Google has been measuring your website speed and using this information in its ranking algorithms since 2010. In 2018, Google launched the so-called Speed Update, making page speed a ranking factor for mobile searches. Google emphasized it would only affect slower websites and that fast websites would not get a boost. However, they evaluate website performance across the board. In 2021, Google announced an update to its page experience algorithm, demonstrating that page speed and user experience are intertwined. Core Web Vitals clearly states that speed is an essential ranking factor. The update also gave website owners metrics and standards to work with. Of course, Google still wants to provide searchers with the most relevant information, even if the page experience is lacking. Creating high-quality content is still the most effective way to achieve high rankings. However, Google also states that page experience signals become more important when many pages with relevant content are competing for visibility in search results. Google's mobile-first index. Another major factor in page speed for ranking is Google's mobile-first approach to indexing content. This means that Google uses the mobile version of your pages for indexing and ranking. This approach makes sense as we increasingly rely on mobile devices to access the web. In a recent study, SEMrush found that 66% of all website visits come from mobile devices. To compete for a spot in search results, your mobile page must meet Core Web Vitals standards and other page experience signals. And that's difficult. Mobile pages take longer to load than their desktop counterparts, while attention spans remain the same. People may be more patient on mobile, but not significantly. The process of loading a page can be collapsed into three main stages. Network stage. This is where the connection begins. When someone visits your website, their browser looks up your domain name and connects to your server. This process, known as a DNS lookup and TCP connection, allows data to be transferred between your website and the visitor's device. You have little direct control over this stage, but technologies like content delivery networks, CDNs, and smart routing can make a big difference, especially if you are serving visitors from all over the world. For local websites, optimizing your hosting setup can help improve overall page load speed. Server response stage. Once the connection is established, the visitor's browser sends a request to your server requesting the web page and its content. This is when your server processes that request and sends back the files. The quality of your hosting, your server configuration, and even your website's theme or plugins all affect your server's response speed. Slow response is one of the most common problems with slow websites, so investing in a solid hosting environment is crucial if you want to improve your website's performance. A popular choice is Bluehost, which offers reliable infrastructure, SSD storage, and built-in CDN support, making it a hosting solution that many website owners prefer. Browser rendering stage. Now it's time for the browser to put it all together. It retrieves data from your server and starts displaying it by loading images, processing CSS and JavaScript, and rendering all the visible elements. Browsers typically load content in order, starting with what's visible at the top, above the fold, and then working your way down the page. That is why optimizing content at the top helps users engage with your site sooner. Even if the entire page has not fully loaded yet, a fast initial rendering can make it seem fast and keep users engaged. Top causes of slow website performance. While you can't control the quality of your visitor's internet connection, slowest website problems stem from your own setup. Let us look at the key areas that might be hindering your site's performance and explore how to address them to improve your site's performance. Your hosting service. Your hosting plays a major role in your site's performance because that is where your site lives. The speed and stability of your host determine how quickly your website responds to visitors. Server configuration, uptime, and infrastructure are factors that affect this performance. Choosing a reliable host eliminates a major factor that affects speed optimization. Bluehost, for example, offers powerful servers, reliable uptime, and built-in performance tools, making it a hosting choice for anyone who is serious about speed and stability. Your website's theme. Themes determine the look and feel of your website, but they also affect how fast it loads. Some themes are designed with clean, lightweight code that is optimized for performance, while others are packed with animations and complex design elements. To boost your website's performance, choose a theme that prioritizes simplicity, efficiency, and clean code. Large file size. From HTML and CSS files to heavy JavaScript, large file sizes can slow down your website. Modern websites often rely heavily on JavaScript for dynamic effects, but overusing it can cause your pages to load slowly, especially on mobile devices. Reducing file sizes, compressing assets, and minimizing unnecessary scripts can significantly improve the perceived speed of your pages. Poorly written code. Poorly optimized code can cause several problems, from JavaScript errors to problematic layouts. Messy or redundant code makes it difficult for browsers to load your website efficiently. Cleaning up your code and ensuring it is well structured helps improve both performance and maintainability. Images and videos. Unoptimized images and large video files are among the biggest causes of slow websites. Heavy media files increase the weight of your page, which directly affects load times. If your header image or hero banner is too large, it can delay the display of your main content. Optimizing your media files through compression, resizing, and image SEO can dramatically improve your site's speed. Too many plugins and widgets. Plugins make WordPress so flexible, but adding too many can slow down your site. Each plugin adds extra code your browser has to process. Unused or outdated plugins can also conflict with your theme or other extensions, further reducing performance. Regularly review your plugins and only keep the ones that add value. No CDN, Content Delivery Network. A content delivery network, CDN, helps your website load faster for users worldwide. It stores copies of your website's static content, such as images and CSS files, on multiple servers in different regions. This means that users access your website from the closest available server, reducing load times. If your audience is global, using a CDN is one of the easiest ways to improve website performance. Redirects. Redirects are useful for URL management and maintaining SEO, but too many can slow down your website. Each redirect adds an extra step before you reach the final page. While a few redirects will not damage, large redirect chains can significantly impact performance. Try to link directly to the final URL to maintain consistent page load speed. Tips for creating an excellent and search engine optimized blog post. Writing blog posts takes skill. To keep readers engaged, you need to think about the structure of your content and keep it engaging. If people like and understand your post, they are much more likely to share it with others, which will boost your rankings. So, if you want to improve your writing skills and your rankings, start with these tips for writing an SEO-friendly blog post. It may sound like writing for SEO and writing to attract and engage your audience are two conflicting goals. But that is not the case. To write an SEO-friendly post, you need to place the words you want prominently displayed. However, overusing keywords damages the readability of your text. A high keyword density can even signal to Google that you may think keywords into your text, which can negatively impact your rankings. This post provides tips for writing SEO-friendly and readable blog posts. These two goals should always go hand in hand because we believe that writing in understandable language brings you more visitors and keeps them on your site. Before you start, do keyword research. Before you write, you need to do keyword research. If you want to dominate search results, you need to understand what words your audience is searching for. These are the topics you should write about and the keywords you should use in your text. Once you have done your keyword research and have a list of focus keywords, it's time to write. Here are several tips to help you recommend an amazing blog post. Writing tips for SEO-friendly blog posts. Above all, your blog post needs to be good. Various bloggers just start writing when they start a new post. While this may work for some people, others need more guidance. 1. Think before you write. Before you start, carefully consider the message of your article. It helps to answer the following questions. What is the central question you wish to answer? Or what do you want to tell your readers? What is your article intended to achieve? What action do you want your readers to take upon reaching the end of the page? It is also a good idea to think about the search intent someone might have. An easy way to get an idea of this is to look at the search results for the search term you want to rank for. 2. Plan a structure for your post. To write a readable and search engine-friendly blog post, you need to create a clear structure. This means that each post should have an introduction, in which you introduce your topic, a body, in which the main message is written, a conclusion, in which you summarize the main ideas or draw a conclusion. Write what you want to say in all 3 sections in a few sentences. You have now created an outline for your post. This will help you create a structured and readable blog post. Now, the actual writing can begin. 3. Use paragraphs and headings. Everyone uses paragraphs, but not everyone uses them well. For example, it can be tempting to start each new sentence on a new line because it looks nice. But you should not do that. You also should not make your paragraphs too long, as each paragraph should have its own idea or topic. So, ask yourself what the main idea of each paragraph is. You should be able to summarize the main idea in one sentence. If that is not possible and you need more sentences to explain the main idea, use more paragraphs. Good headings also help your readers understand what a particular part of your text is about. If you want people to find their way through your articles, use subheadings to guide them. Subheadings help readers scan your page and clarify the structure of your articles. They are not only important for readability but also for SEO. That is why we also advise you to use your keyword in some of your subheadings. Don't use your keyword in every heading. It will make your text read awkwardly and unnaturally. It will prevent people from reading further. 4. Use transition words. Transition words help people scan your text and understand the relationship between sentences and paragraphs. For example, let us say that people buy your product for 3 reasons. You should use keywords like first, second, and final. Additionally, using words like however, similarly, and for example provides your readers with clear messages. Readers will immediately understand that a conclusion will follow words like to summarize or in short. Transition words are therefore very important to add structure to your text. 5. Use related keywords. Overloading your article with your focus keyword makes it less appealing to read and can damage your rankings. Google is getting smarter after all. It wants you to write content that users will love. It does not want you to use your focus keyword in every other sentence because Google now has other ways to analyze the content of your text. For example, one way Google understands the topic of your text is by identifying synonyms and other keywords that are related to your focus keyword phrase. That is why you should use synonyms and related keywords throughout your text. Synonyms are relatively easy to think of, but finding the right related keywords is more difficult. Synonyms are relatively easy to think of, but finding the right related keywords is more difficult. A suitable SEO plugin comes with a feature that helps you find relevant keyword phrases instantly. Based on your focus keyword, the plugin can generate multiple relevant keyword phrases with the click of a button. 6. Optimize your article length. Make sure your blog posts are at least 300 words long, but keep your article length balanced. Google likes long articles. However, you can scare users away if your article is too long. So what should you do? An advice is to write short to medium-length articles. You can also try longer articles when you know you are an experienced writer. Check out this article if you are not sure how long a blog post should be. And remember to keep using your focus keyword phrase throughout your text to ensure you end up with an SEO-friendly blog post. 7. Link to existing content. If you have already written content on the same topic as your current post, don't forget to link to and from those posts. We call this internal linking. Both your readers and Google will thank you for it, because it helps them manage your content and understand the relationships between different content on your site. Therefore, spend some time linking to and from your previous content. An internal linking tool can help you by suggesting related pages and posts on your site that you can link to. In summary, internal linking is useful because your link structure is also important for your Google rankings. Linking to other content on a topic is great for your readers, as they may be interested in reading those related posts as well. It helps them navigate your site. It will make your new blog post and existing posts more powerful because you are showing your authority on the topic. 8. Let others read your post. Before you publish your post, let someone else read it first. Ask them if they understand the main idea of your post and invite them to correct any typos and grammatical errors. They can help you by providing an objective opinion on the readability and attractiveness of your text. If you have someone on your team who is an expert in the topic you are writing about, be sure to send your post to them. This way, they can check if you covered everything you need to and give suggestions on how to make your post even better. 9. Add content regularly. Regularly adding new blog posts to your site tells Google that your site is active. This is important, because if your site is inactive, Google will crawl it less often, and this can negatively affect your rankings. However, avoid posting merely for the sake of it. Make sure that everything you post is high-quality content, informative, well-written articles that entertain readers and match their search intent. If you are struggling to post regularly, it might be a good idea to create an editorial calendar for your blog. This allows you to structure the process in a way that works for you and your team. It is also a good idea to update your old blog posts from time to time to avoid them becoming stale. SEO is a way to drive more traffic to your website. By ranking higher on Google, you attract more people to your site, which leads to increased sales and more returning visitors. You need to optimize your content for the right keywords to attract people to your site. However, consider search intent to increase your chances of ranking well, convincing people to buy your products, sign up for your newsletter, or even return to your site. We will tell you what search intent is and how you can optimize your content for search intent. Search intent, also called user intent or audience intent, is the purpose behind someone's search. It is the answer to the question, what does this person want to do? Every search tells a story. People might want to learn something, visit a website, compare options, or buy a product. These different motivations often correspond to distinct stages of the user journey. Search engines try to understand this intent so they can display results that make sense. Over the years, Google has gotten much better at recognizing the meaning behind a query than matching keywords. Understanding semantics in search. Let us take a small detour before we delve into search intent. To understand why search engines can recognize intent so effectively today, it's helpful to consider a concept called semantics. Semantics is simply the study of meaning. In search, it means understanding what a query means, not just what words appear in it. How do search engines use semantics to understand intent? Search engines can't guess a user's intent unless they first understand the meaning behind the query. Semantics bridges this gap and helps Google interpret language the way people naturally use it. Semantics allows search engines to recognize things like different words with the same meaning, like budget smartphone and affordable phone. To clarify the correct meaning of terms that have multiple interpretations, such as Java, which can refer to coffee, an island, or a programming language. The relationships among entities, including brands, people, and concepts. Examples of wording variations are how to fix a dripping faucet and dripping faucet repair. Once Google understands the meaning behind a query, it can make a more accurate prediction about the user's intent, whether they are seeking information, a comparison, or a product page. This is also where modern AI models come into play. AI models analyze context across entire sentences, not just individual words. Semantics help them understand how different words are connected, what users are likely seeking, and how intent can change over the course of a search. In short, semantics explains language, and intent explains intent. A brief explanation of how to make your content more understandable for AI. Since AI assistants don't crawl or interpret websites the same way search engines do, they sometimes miss important content. If your site is running on WordPress, Alpha Suitable SEO plugin can help you by creating an LLMs.txt file that guides AI tools to your core content. This improves how AI understands your site, reduces misreporting, and fosters a consistent perception of AI branding, requiring no additional work from you. The four main types of search intent. Understanding search intent becomes much easier when you consider how people search online and what Google expects to deliver. Typically, SEO discussions center on four primary types of search intent: informational, navigational, commercial, and transactional. However, Google categorizes intent a little differently in their search quality guidelines: know, do, website, and visit in person. Both models describe the same user behavior, just from different perspectives. Here are the four common types of search intent you will see in SEO. Informational intent. People search with informational intent when they want to learn something. These queries often start with phrases like how to, what is, why, or best way to. They might ask a direct question, trying to understand a concept, or browse to learn more about a topic. Examples include: what is SEO? London weather. Google is very good at understanding what people want to see for these searches. If someone types in ketchup, Google knows they probably want recipes, not a history lesson. If someone searches for Mercury, Google typically prioritizes results about the planet rather than the chemical element. How to optimize for informational intent. Create clear, complete content that directly answers the question. Use simple headlines, short paragraphs, and helpful graphics. This type of content builds trust, demonstrates authority, and helps people understand the topic before moving on to the next stage of their journey. Navigational intent. It occurs when someone intends to visit a specific website or page. Users already know where they want to end up and use Google as a shortcut instead of typing in the full URL. Examples include: Facebook login, Google Search Console. These queries often include brand or product names. If your audience is searching for your company, you want to make sure your website appears immediately and accurately. A case in point, our old Google Analytics plugin once ranked well for the term Google Analytics. That may sound great, but it did not work for us. Users searching for Google Analytics were trying to reach Google's website, not our plugin. Ranking for navigational queries only works when users are searching for you. How to optimize for navigational intent. Make sure your branded pages are easily accessible and that your homepage, login pages, and main product pages are well optimized for branded keywords. Be sure to watch our recorded webinar, How to Create Great Product Pages, where we reveal the secret ingredients to creating great product pages. Commercial intent. Commercial research falls right between learning and buying. Users are researching options and comparing products or services. They are interested, but not yet ready to commit. These searches typically include words like best, top, review, compare, or alternatives. Examples include: best coffee maker, Samsung Galaxy price, best WordPress SEO plugin. These queries show strong interest but not yet the final intent. People want confirmation, honest comparisons, expert opinions, and content that highlights the pros and cons of each option. How to optimize for commercial research. Write helpful comparison guides, reviews, best of lists, and concise product presentations. Focus on answering the questions people are asking when they are still weighing their options. If you are selling something, this is your chance to build trust before they make their final decision. Transactional intent. It occurs when someone is ready to take action. Most often, this means purchasing a product, signing up for a service, or completing a download. These searches are the closest to converting and often contain words like buy, order, sign up, download, or the exact name of the product. Examples include: buy Apple iPhone, Mangools subscription. These users already know what they want. They expect to land on the exact product page and complete the action without unnecessary steps. How to optimize for transactional intent. Use clear calls to action, detailed product descriptions, simple checkout flows, and keywords that focus on intent. Make the journey from search to conversion fast and smooth. Mixed intent. Not all searches fall into one intent category. Some keywords exhibit a mix of two or more intents, and these are referred to as mixed intent queries. They are common because real users don't always follow a perfect sequence. Someone might want information and still be open to buying, or they might want comparisons and wait to see product pages. Mixed intent often occurs when a keyword is broad, vague, or commonly used by people at different stages of their journey. Examples include: Running shoes for beginners. Best phones 2025. These searches can reflect both informational and commercial search intent. A user may want to read reviews, learn about features, compare options, and ultimately make a purchase. As a result, Google often mixes different results on the same page, such as buying guides, review articles, videos, and direct product links. How to optimize for mixed intent. When you encounter mixed intent in your keyword research or SERPs, it's helpful to create content that can serve multiple needs. You can do: answer key informational questions. Include comparisons and pros and cons, guide users to related products or services. Use clear, helpful headings so users can easily scan them. Add strong internal links to direct users to deeper resources or product pages. Mixed intent is a sign that users are exploring, learning, and evaluating their options. By covering these perspectives in a useful piece of content, you satisfy their expectations and give them the freedom to choose their next step. This often leads to better engagement and improves your chances of ranking for different variations of the keyword. Understanding how Google defines intent. Google's search quality guidelines group intent into 4 categories that overlap with the 4 types of SEO. Know, to learn something. Do, to perform an action or purchase. Website, to go to a specific website. Visit in person, to find a physical location or business. Here's how it aligns perfectly with the SEO model. Search intent, SEO and Google guidelines. Informational: know. Learn about a topic or answer a question, what the user wants. Guides, tutorials, blog posts, best content format. Examples: how to bake bread, what is blockchain. Navigational, website. Reach a specific site or page, what the user wants. Homepage, login page, branded content, best content format. Examples: Facebook login, Amazon homepage. Commercial, know or do. Research before making a purchase, what the user wants. Reviews, comparisons, buying guides, best content format. Examples: best phones 2026, iPhone versus Samsung comparison. Transactional, do. Complete an action like buying or signing up, what the user wants. Product pages, landing pages, checkout flows, best content format. Examples: by running shoes, Walmart discount. Understanding your audience to match the right intent. Now that you understand the different search intent, the next step is to determine what your audience expects from you. The right intent is not about guessing. It is about understanding and focusing on what people are searching for, how they are behaving on your site, and what the search results reveal about their needs. A useful place to start is by asking a simple question. What do people hope to achieve when they type in this keyword? Sometimes the answer is obvious, but many questions lie somewhere in between. 2 people might use the same keyword but expect completely different things. That is why audience research is important. You can look at search terms in your analytics, look at common questions customers ask, or run a short survey on your site. Even a short poll that asks, "What did you hope to find here?" can provide valuable insights. Just keep it friendly and non-intrusive, so you don't interrupt their experience. A more reliable way to understand intent is to study the actual search results. Google's results page is one of the clearest sources of information you have. If the page includes guides and how-to articles, the intent is usually informational. If you see reviews and comparisons, that suggests commercial research. And if product pages dominate, that is a strong sign of transactional intent. Regularly reviewing your search engine results, SERPs, helps you understand what users expect and how Google interprets the keyword. How your audience behavior is changing in the age of artificial intelligence. As you learn more about your audience's intent, it also helps to recognize how search behavior is changing. People are no longer relying solely on short, keyword-driven queries. With AI tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, and Google's AI overviews, users are now articulating their needs as larger, more natural prompts that often combine multiple intents immediately. What used to be a series of separate searches can now become a single request, such as, compare 3 affordable smartphones and recommend the best one for college students, commercial and transactional intent. List the best WordPress SEO plugins and their pros and cons, commercial plus informational intent. This shift is sometimes referred to as direct search intent. Instead of searching, users are delegating responsibilities. They want completion, not just information. Because AI models often provide immediate summaries or answers, this is also contributing to the rise of click-through searches, where users never leave the results page or AI interface.